So this geometry presentation is going to solve a trigonometric problem that focuses on angle of depression. We just completed our notes on angles of elevation and angles of depression. Now let's see a word problem worked out. So the problem reads, it says, consider a lighthouse sitting on a peninsula 200 feet above sea level. The keeper of the lighthouse spots a pirate ship at a 38-degree angle of depression. How far is the pirate ship from the lighthouse? So the keeper of the lighthouse would be sitting up here at the top, looking out into the sea. And let's mark up this image. So we have the pirate ship coming in. And the first thing that we're going to do is draw the horizontal line of sight. We said that angles of elevation and angles of depression have to be drawn from a horizontal. So there's our first step. Then we have to draw the direct line of sight. That means from this position, looking down at the pirate ship, the direct line of sight. And this is, as the word problem states, a 38-degree angle of depression. So let's draw that into here. Now we want to complete our triangle. We have an angle, we need a third side, so we complete the triangle. And from the word problem, it says, consider a lighthouse sitting on a peninsula 200 feet above sea level. So from the sea level up to the horizontal line of sight would be 200 feet. Let's draw that in. Now we can see our triangle here. Well, step 5 says determine which side of the triangle you're going to need to solve for in order to answer the question. The question wants to know how far is the pirate ship from the lighthouse. Whenever we talk about distance, we always consider the perpendicular segment between two objects. And from the lighthouse to the pirate ship is this horizontal segment that'll be perpendicular between them. So we're going to adjust these lines just to form a triangle, but we're going to want to solve for the horizontal line of sight will become the distance. So now we put the variable x there, saying the distance from the lighthouse, and that's the side you want to solve. So next step is to write your trig equation. 38 degrees, trigonometry, right triangle trigonometry is based on acute angles. So we're going to use that 38 degrees. And then we have the 200 feet above sea level. That's a known value. We're going to use that. And x is what we want to solve for. So from this angle, the 200 feet is opposite and the x is adjacent. Opposite and adjacent. SOHCAHTOA tells us to use tangent. Let's do that next. So tangent of 38 degrees equals 200 over x. Now you would solve this equation to get your answer. So we've been using cross products to cross multiply. And if we do that, we can isolate x and get the x is equal to 200 over tan of 38. If you type that into your calculator, you get 255.988. So if we rounded that to the nearest tenth or to the nearest whole number, either way, we would get 256 feet from the lighthouse, and that is the answer to this question. So you go through those steps, draw your horizontal line of sight, your direct line of sight, the angle of elevation or depression between those two lines, then you have to complete your triangle, constantly rereading the word problem, putting measurements into it, such as the 200 feet above sea level, and then we make sense of things like finding the distance is a perpendicular segment between two objects. And then we write our equation from SOHCAHTOA, use our calculator to solve, and make sure we write our answer using a complete sentence. The pirate ship is approximately 256 feet from the lighthouse. Okay, so that's the end of the presentation, and I hope that you find this helpful.